Shockwaves are rippling through Copenhagen. Denmark has just hauled in Washington's senior diplomat for a stern talking to, a move almost unheard of between these two longtime allies. So what on earth happened? Denmark's public broadcaster DR has published claims that several U.S. citizens have been operating undercover in Greenland, quietly trying to nudge the Arctic territory toward breaking away from Denmark, presumably so it can draw closer to or even join the United States. But here's where it gets controversial. DR could not say for certain who sent these people or who might be footing the bill. Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen responded fast. He summoned Mark Stroh, the American chargé d'affaires, that is the interim head of the U.S. Embassy whenever no ambassador has been appointed, and warned that any meddling in the internal affairs of the Kingdom of Denmark is flatly unacceptable. The BBC, which first relayed his statement internationally, pressed both the State Department and the U.S. Embassy for comment. As of this writing, neither has replied. Why is Greenland such a big deal? Size and location. It is the world's largest island, strategically parked between North America and Europe in the resource-rich Arctic. Political status. Greenland governs its own domestic affairs, but defense and foreign relations are still run from Copenhagen. Independence question. Most Greenlandic parties favor full nationhood someday, yet polls show residents are in no rush and have little appetite for becoming part of the United States. And this is the part most people miss. Greenland already gives Washington a lot. The U.S. operates Thule Air Base, high above the Arctic Circle, a key node in its missile warning network. Yet former President Donald Trump openly stated, more than once, that he would like to buy or even take the island, and he has not ruled out the use of force. His vice presidential running mate, J.D. Vance, echoed that theme in March while touring U.S. forces on the island, complaining that Denmark spends too little to guard against Russia, China, and others eyeing Arctic shipping lanes and untapped minerals. Danish intelligence isn't resting easy. PET, the Domestic Security Service, recently warned that foreign influence operations aim to create discord between Denmark and Greenland by exploiting real or imagined grievances. PET says it has beefed up its presence on the island and is working more closely with the local authorities. If all of this sounds familiar, it should. Back in May, Rasmussen had already summoned Stroh over a Wall Street Journal report claiming that U.S. spy agencies were ordered to dig into Greenland's independence movement and attitudes toward American mining projects. U.S. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard refused to deny that story, accusing the journal instead of jeopardizing national security. Wednesday's DR exposé added fresh color. One American allegedly visited Greenland's capital, Nuuk, to compile a list of residents who might support U.S. annexation. According to DR, the plan was to cultivate those contacts and ultimately fuel a secession drive. No wonder Danish academics are stunned. Jens Ladefoged Mortensen of the University of Copenhagen calls the latest summons a diplomatic yellow card. An unmistakable warning short of expulsion. As a pro-American country, we're asking, why are you doing this? He told the BBC. Meanwhile, economic nerves are jangling. Danish energy giant Ørsted, majority owned by Denmark's government, was slapped with a sudden U.S. order to halt construction of the nearly finished Revolution wind farm off Rhode Island. The 65-turbine project would power 350,000 homes, but President Trump recently declared, "We're not doing wind." Ørsted's shares sank 16% on the news before recovering part of the loss. Greenland's own leaders remain firm. We don't belong to anyone else. We decide our own future, Premier Jens Frederik Nielsen said in May. Bold flashpoint. Is Washington protecting Western interests in the Arctic or strong-arming a friendly nation for strategic gain? Now, over to you. Does the U.S. have legitimate security concerns that justify deeper involvement in Greenland? Or is Denmark right to wave the diplomatic yellow card? Should Greenland push faster toward full independence? Or stay the course with Copenhagen? Agree, disagree, or somewhere in between? Let us know in the comments and keep the debate going.